The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Previously on 24.
But when it comes to the children, Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children. Puffy is good, but Wu-Tang is the best, okay?
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What?
Yo. It's your boy TDB. This is Daredevil, episode 44. Today is April 8th. It's my firstborn birthday. Happy birthday. Firstborn, I'm not gonna say her name on here. Shout out to her, man. Look, mini me, she looked just like me, just a little, little 10-year-old and everything. So we had a good day today. Just ate pizza and stuff, the 10-year-old thing. And got some good presents. She liked to draw really good too. So a while back I remember again, because once upon a time I used to draw. I don't draw too much anymore, man. My hobbies kind of evolved from that, but I had a book I got a long time ago from the book fair, how to draw the Marvel way. And I found that on Amazon, man. I was like, I gotta get this with my baby, man. So I got her dad and got her an anime book to learn how to draw and stuff. And she pretty good drawing everything. She talented and everything. So happy birthday to my firstborn, man. Hey, how you doing? I can't even pronounce your name. Yeah, it's all over the place. I can't even pronounce that. We got some. I didn't do a nerdish last week because it was April Fool's Day and there was a lot of crazy stories. I didn't want to get caught up in it, but there were a lot of things happened. The Artemis 2 launch last week. And a lot of stuff happened in Iran, over there in Iran, and so we'll get to that a little bit later on. But this just dropped. This just dropped 1:30 p.m. today. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are reportedly getting a divorce. So if y'all haven't, I've done a couple TDB After Darks talking about this. I think I even said something about it on last week Nerdish. Like how she wouldn't even let, matter of fact, man, I think probably got how she wasn't comfortable having them in the house. Oh yeah, I should say that. But yeah, it was real crazy. And if y'all been living on a rock and not knowing like a lot of the recent drama between Will and Jada, a lot of stuff was rumored way before 2019, 2020, especially 2020. That's when a lot of stuff came to the forefront. But that they had like an open marriage or whatnot. But everything got blown up really when they saw Jada had the red tabletop, the red table talks or whatnot, tabletop, red table talks, and it came out that she been seeing God, what was that rapper name? You was friends with her son Jaden, and he ended up having like was having like bad addiction problems or whatnot. He let it be known that him and Jada had like a little thing going on, and that blew everything up. Like we knew everything was going on after that. It was like literally the worst time to have a scandal. It was during the pandemic where nobody had any business doing anything. So if you had anything coming out, as in, any type of drama, any type of, you became the escape you became the escape platform for a lot of people. Oh, there we go. I want it. And so then it escalated because like she had him on the thing and pretty much emasculated him. And you could tell he felt emasculated because like the body language was kind of weird and everything. So that became the biggest story of the summer, next to like what happened with the George Floyd stuff and everything. And then when the Oscars hit, I think that was either 21 or 22. It had to be 22 Oscars hit. Oh no, it had to be. Hold on, when was the Oscars he won? Yeah, it was 22. Yeah, he won. He won for King Richard in 22. That's when the whole slap happened and everybody making jokes about their situation. And all that went down. So like he been going through hell. And then he had a redemption arc. Like I gotta give Will some credit. Doing Bad Boy, that Bad Boys movie, and allowing people to kind of joke about it, allow Chris Rock to joke about it, because I like people don't know they were all cool at one point. Like Chris Rocky's been with on a Fresh Prince like a couple times, like especially when him and Jada finally was like was on the verge of getting married and everything. Yeah, Chris Rock was around there and everything. They all was cool, and then now like yeah, it's crazy. Like how just Hollywood like they poked him, and then on top of that, like I keep a buck. Sometimes, man, like I'm not gonna take nothing. Like Will shouldn't went up there and do what he did, really, because like there's a time and place for that. Like if you want to get at them outside of work hours type shit, and hey, see him out and about. Hey, let's go play golf. Then you talk to him then when like everybody pretty much away. If some shit went down, okay, Tim Z might say it, but it ain't at the war show. It ain't gonna look weird. We ain't changed that motherfucker to the Source Awards. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like that helped. But it was part of that shit too, man. And I got flack for this. There's a place for like if my old lady know I'm about to get active. She's the first person gonna be like, "Hey, just calm down, just chill out. Hey, let's get to the car. Let's get up out of here." Cause somebody gotta be level headed in that situation, you know. And you can't. I mean, that's a dangerous. That's why it was toxic. Cause like she laughed at all the jokes they poked at him. She laughed. She made fun of that. You can see. Hey, they always playing the camera. Every time somebody said a joke on the Oscar, go look back at it. She would have a little chuck, and he'll laugh it off to or whatever. But then the one joke she got that was a slight jab, she looked at him like, you need to handle that. Come on, man. Like, so yeah, man, you know, big up to Will, man. Like Will, shit, you still hip hop. They trying to tarnish your name with a little couple of little situations with the Diddy stuff and everything. I mean, we don't know what went down there. I'm not going to speculate on that shit. You know, you're a foundational member of the genre, man. Like we wouldn't even have half the acts now if it wasn't for a lot of stuff you was doing in hip hop back when, like in the heyday with the Def Jams and everything like that. You open up so many doors with acting. Even though I mean it was actors that was rapping in the early time, but you took it to a whole nother level. And like shit, he pretty much an icon pop culture wise within the last since the 80s. Shit, damn, 50 years. It's crazy. So yeah, man. Hope everything go good, man, on that one. I mean, this might be for the best. Enough of that. Let's talk about some positive shit. So, since I had a last nerdish, I watched 2 movies and 2 of the highest grossing movies out right now. That's Super Mario Super Mario Galaxy, not World, and Project Hail Mary. So I watched both these with my family, with my daughter. First one with my daughter, Project Hail Mary with my daughter. Watched that twice actually. One IMAX. I like the preview. I didn't read the book yet. That book. I missed the boat on reading that book. I need to read it. I'm interested now, especially since Artemis and all that stuff going on. But Super Mario Galaxy, we went to watch it for pretty much for my part of my daughter's birthday week type thing, right? And both good movies. I grew up with Mario. I saw a lot, man, so many Easter eggs in there. Like Easter eggs from Mario 2, a lot of Super Nintendo references, a lot of Virtual Boy references, a lot of old school arcade Mario references, a lot of Yoshi Island references. It was just a cool little movie. If you're a Mario fan, you're gonna love it. If you just like a good fun fast-paced short movie, yeah, this is the one for you. Like I like the fact that too, like I'm happy for Brie Larson. I think Brie Larson probably shouldn't work with Disney anymore unless it's just for Marvel. Like if they want her to come back from Miss Marvel. Matter of fact, I'll tell her this. This is my hot take of the day. If they ask her to be Miss Marvel ever again, right? Let me go find this. She need to look like this. I hate when that happens. This need to be an outfit. And a lot of people are, well, no, she's supposed to be the Captain Marvel. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck all that shit. You want to redeem Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel? Put her in this outfit, long hair and all. Tell her keep her presence on the red carpet like she having now, like she happy. Allow her to be happy. We don't need to talk about it. No more politics. All you need to do is be happy, Carol Danvers. Because the thing about Carol Danvers, right? She was always the chill. She's literally like one thing with rogue powers is that when she take somebody power, she take a piece of their personality with it. So the early Miss Marvel comics and stuff before that whole arc of I think it was was it Defenders? It was one of those. It was Bronze Age time when Rogue was a part of the with Mystique and Magneto and all that stuff. So like that's the whole storyline where she take Cara Danvers' powers. And she took part of that. Like part of Rogue's charm afterwards is that she took a little bit of Cara Danvers' personality when she went too deep with the the power power absorption or whatever, and she put Carol in a fucking coma and shit. It was crazy. I can't remember what storyline that was. Was that the death of Captain Marvel? That storyline happened. Don't quote me. I'm not real big on the Avengers. Is a big big dead spot on that for me. But back to the Mario movie. Like, hey, I highly suggest it if you got kids, if you're a Mario fan. It's a fun movie, man. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Easter eggs. You know, I this movie we kind of need it right now in this space just because of there's like so many just depressing movies out there. Since fucking Project Hail Mary. So yeah, it made me want to go buy Mario Galaxy because I never played Mario Galaxy. So it made me want to go get it. Shit, made me want to go get Switch 2 and get it and play it for myself or whatever. But like, yeah, one thing, my only complaint, I don't know if they're gonna do that in Mario. They're gonna have to have a 3 because this right now I think this is grossing. They already passed 400 million grossing already. It's gonna easily be a billion dollar movie because you could watch this probably 3 or 4 times in a weekend with your kids and stuff, man. What's up, Real Bevan? So yeah, that Yoshi scene was funny. So this is Brie Larson character. She's hold up. Not Daisy. Rosalina. Yeah, she was Rosalina. Oh, I forgot key play Toad. Yeah, so they had the Mario 2 bad guy in there. And like if you never play Mario 2, man, that game it's quirky. It's a quirky ass game. So I highly suggest this movie. And I didn't get a chance to talk about Project Hail Mary. So I'm without saying spoilers or anything, this is just my open take. This movie, if this is like you combine Interstellar with E.T. That's but the book is real good. The movie real good. Book is fairly I think a 6-hour book, audio book or something like that. Or roughly. Very interesting. Like it's a very interesting book. It's hard for me to say without spoiling it. If you just need a good, like, feel good movie, this is the one for you. Like, well paced. It say 2 hours and 30 minutes, but you lose track of time. You lose track of time because, like, shit, Ryan Gosling might be the next movie star, like, legit. This, like, I like the man. I think he was in Drive too. Drive, a whole bunch of movies. Like Ryan Gosling, he's turning into like Tom Cruise-esque type movie star. This is probably gonna, if it ain't already, this is probably gonna do it. Oh yeah, AT&T chick is in there with an accent, which was shocking. Even though like she is Eastern Europe, so Highly suggest this movie if you just need a feel good movie. It's pretty long, but you're gonna forget that's like super long, as in time wise. Um, Christopher Miller and Phil Lord, right now, Drew Goddard might be one of the better writers in Hollywood right now. Like he, I forgot what I think Drew Goddard did. He got Oscar. He did Cabin in the Woods, The Martian. He was one of the writers for Lost. That's why. Okay, that's where I remember him from. This is a good movie. Bad Times at the El Royale. That was a good movie too, because it's basically kind of exposing how CIA had like those spots where they have host parties. He was talking about that, like host parties around Hollywood, like in a remote place. They have I forgot. Yeah, he did a whole bunch of he did Daredevil a lot too. The good Daredevil. We won't talk about that. He did Daredevil season 1 through 3. On Netflix. So Drew Goddard in Defenders, man. Shit, man. God damn. World War Z. I know he did a screenplay for World War Z. Cloverfield, the good Cloverfield. Yeah, man, he got good. This is a good resume. Like it's almost like Disney might need him. So that's all I got on Project. Hold up, Project Hail Mary, man. Great movie. It's gonna win a shitload of cinematography. At least is gonna probably win an Oscar for it, man. Just it's gonna be hard to beat that cinematography. So the next one probably will go with is probably the Iliad. The Iliad might give it a run for money. So right now, I mean, just off the top of my head, Project Hail Mary is probably gonna get nominated for Best Picture. Just by how it's written, you got a noteworthy writer on there like Drew Goddard, Andy Weir. I think Andy Weir is the writer of the book. Oh, yeah, he up with the Martian too. Contact moving on me. I hate that when your contacts are moving on you, especially in a live stream. Make you look all crazy. Fun times. So yeah, good movie. Y'all might want to watch it. I kind of want to go watch it again. Be honest with you, just to see things I missed. But I kind of want to watch both of these movies again. Speaking of bad writing, though, I'm gonna say this before I even get on this Daredevil. You know what? Let me just start with the Daredevil stuff. I don't know if I said anything about Daredevil 2 and 3 from last week. So I just think Disney do not know how to write shows. They don't know how to write TV shows of this nature. I think I gave it a chance, like episode 1, for example. Episode 1, episode 4, spoiler alert for me. 2 of the better episodes of the season's 4 episodes already. 2 of the better episodes, you know. 2 and 3, man, it was a drag, man. I had to rewatch because I fell asleep on 2. I'm not gonna lie about that. 3, you had some shock moments. It was some moments that made me roll my eyes. And like you could tell Disney is forcing certain characters to be out there in a certain way. It's just you can tell it's bad, man. It's sad, man, because these are some good characters to work with. Like Kingpin. Kingpin is legit one of the best Marvel characters for a TV show. just because he's pretty one-dimensional in a lot of ways, except for one. Like it's a lot of he's your gangster's gangster. You know what I mean? Strong, can punch and do all the whole nine, and just calculating and wholehearted with it. I mean, he's a likable villain. Like you have to admire, like in comics, you had to like respect Kingpin. You had to respect him. He was a mixture. I like to put him as a mixture of like Bane and Penguin. Like the Penguin and Bane together will be Kingpin. Like he's a legit. He bumps up the Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher lineup of villains. They in Batman terms they call it Rose Gallery and whatnot. So I mean, but they making them seem weak. And then we did leave with some hope in this last episode, like how that's gonna play out. But like Kingpin, you can't emasculate Kingpin, man. It hurts the whole show. You have to have a masculine Kingpin. You have to actually have him extraordinarily masculine in on a lot of issues. Like that's the type of character he is. It doesn't work when you try to balance him out with Vanessa. It just doesn't work, in my opinion. And like Daredevil Charlie Cox Daredevil. I was getting into it with somebody on X about this, like, cause like he was like, "Hey, y'all need to quit bigging up Netflix," because he got bone picked with Netflix, right? This is a random dude. I shouldn't be doing this because hey, content creators, people gotta have their opinions or whatnot, right? But yeah, but like Daredevil season 1 to 3 for a person who got close to 200 to 300 Daredevil comic books in my closet right now. I got some graded behind me. You know what I mean? 158. I don't want to dig in that. I got a little phone box right here. But yeah, but like I'm gonna add Daredevil to me is a top 5 comic book character just because he is street level. You see the ins and out. He's a close like him, and he's like another version of Batman in a lot of cases. Don't want to kill. Like a lot of Marvel characters don't have any qualms on killing. Like, keep it buck with you. Like, if you're a threat to the country, shit, Captain America will put one in you, legitimately. But like, he got a moral code. All of them got moral codes and stuff, which is dope about Marvel. It blurs the line in a lot of cases in that in all comic books. You got that bird line, like, all right, what's ethical? Hold on, pause. I gotta drink me some. My mouth get dry. Oh, hold up. By the way, shout out to Red Velvet. Shout out to everybody came in. So man, so yeah, back to Daredevil, right? My thoughts now after episode 4, right? Oh, Rose, I'm like, what the fuck is that? This show does have hope because it seemed like slight hope, I should say. Like, I like this last episode for on some avenues. Like, I love Poindexter. That's Bullseye. If y'all know who Bullseye is legit Daredevil's version. He's the arch nemesis of Daredevil. Like, they are like polar opposites. Daredevil got super hearing, he got super sight type shit, So yeah, It showed him how he's living in New York as a regular person. Then how fast he could just switch to his, because the one problem he'll have no qualms on killing unaliving anybody. He'll do it just because you look at him crazy. He's the exact opposite of Daredevil, as as I just said, right? And like I just love that part, the juxtaposition between him and Matt Murdock, Daredevil. They show that off pretty well. I give them that. The problem with the show is the characters, like, you're not giving us a reason to like be invested in, as in like the Tony what's called son, Tony Soprano's son, real life son that's in this show. Him and some of the other cast, they kind of drag on a little, like it dragged on a lot of the stuff, the storyline a little bit. But I understand they trying to tell a story about like what's the inner workings in Mayor Frisk's office and the leaks and stuff like that. I get the point. It just those type of characters they stick. They talk to a lot. It's a way you can incorporate them, but then you incorporate them in certain scenes. Then you show Daredevil going on the street, like as in going like midnight doing the Daredevil thing, trying to figure some shit out or trying to stop some type of armed robbery or something like that. And it's ways you could do that type of, like, you want to have some oppositry here and here and here, but then you gotta give us some type of action. And that's the problem. Disney as a for the streaming shows, they have a real bad issue with pacing. They actually one of the worst pacer, like, to pace a show in the game, in my opinion. Because like the best for me at studios, HBO probably got the best story pacing writers in the game. Like, they could sit back, like for Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, for example. If you watch it as a whole, as a binge, it's paced perfectly well. You could legit read the book, read the novella, right, of that, and it will go damn near word for word of what's happening on the screen. You know what I mean? So, man, that's a remarkable feat, though, to do that. A studio could do that. And they, to me, the HBO is the best at TV, period. Because you go back from, like, The Wires and, like, The Corners and all that, like, a lot of those shows happening in the late 90s all the way to almost now. Like, you had some hiccups in Game of Thrones, of course, like, season, the long night, it was super dark. Nobody could really see things, or, like, just like some of the choices they did later. It seems funny how when that choice was done later, that's the same time Me Too was going on and turn around the whole Time's Up shit. And they took boxing off HBO. I knew HBO was gonna be hurt when they took boxing off there, even though they were losing a lot of money for that shit. But back on Daredevil, right? He has some interesting things, but it's overshadowed by just some of the dialogue. If you're paying attention, you're like, you're gonna cringe, like, oh, this some here. And then they going heavy handed with like female representation, which in Daredevil you have women participation. Like, Daredevil was just as a player as like Spider-Man and all of them. Believe it or not, Spider-Man got Spider-Man, him, Daredevil, and I believe Logan. If you go look at the relationship web, it's crazy. Tony Stark up there too. Yeah, for Captain America in some cases. Anyway, I think there's hope after this episode. So I might tell y'all to give it a chance. First two 1 and 4 is the best. The middle two, they had to reshoot that. Some it's just not paced right to me. I don't want. Oh yeah. Hold up. So this drop. Before I do that, hold up. So this game come out next month, and I will be getting it day one. I'm not gonna still
There is something magical about being unleashed upon a Forza Horizon map for the first time. I'm restricted from showing you the first few minutes of my hands-on with Forza Horizon 6, and I think that's more than fair enough. I'm hesitant to even describe it, since the carefully curated opening drive
Oh shit, you going through all the cities? Oh god, that's cool.
of a Horizon game
So Forza Horizon 6 come out next month. And that might be the biggest game next month. I ain't keep it a buck. Everybody gonna be playing that game. And when you go on Twitch, that's what they're gonna be playing. I take this context out.
is really something best experienced for yourself without any spoilers. I can, however, show you anything and everything I did after I'd passed the prologue, and I've been doing plenty.
Oh shit.
Alongside establishing that the preview build was locked to the 30 FPS quality mode and that the 60 FPS performance mode will be available in the full game at launch,
I got a gaming PC. I ain't got to hear nothing about that. What's up, CB3? I got a Go gaming PC for 5080. I'm chilling. I ain't hearing that 60 print. And I got ultra wide. I am chilling.
Preview documentation Playground supplied to us explained this preview was good for around an hour of linear play. It would, however, subsequently support as much free roaming as we saw fit. On my first day, I played through that hour, and then another, and then another, until it was suddenly well after midnight.
That's a good sign. You playing till after a whole time, almost a whole day, man. That's a good sign. It's worth it.
Following morning, I dove straight back in and played all day again. If the preview didn't have a cutoff time, I can guarantee you I'd still be playing it now. Not bad for a build with just a tiny sliver of the 550 cars coming on day one and barely a handful of actual racing events.
So what I do, one of my first things, what's up, Phoenix? One of the first things I do when I play a Forza game, I make my car, my Mustang. I make that, make my old Mustang. I make, if I can, make my Monte Carlo. Make my dream. If they got old school Regal, I make that motherfucker. I love Forza, man. Forza, and I used to be a big Gran Turismo dude, man. They lost me around Gran Turismo 5. Gran Turismo 5 was weird to me. Like, I was a big. I remember getting Gran Turismo 3 on my PS2. I think Gran Turismo 4 was on. It was yeah, something like that.
Our Forza Horizon 6 preview contained 3 race events: a cross-country, a road race, and a trail race, as well as a smattering of familiar Horizon PR stunts,
Okay.
several of which were drift zones set on what are easily already amongst the best ribbons of switchback-filled roads in the whole series.
That's the land of the drill. Yeah, that's gonna be badass there. Favorite cars too. Like favorite Japanese car, mine is R34 Skyline, hands down.
The races were in service of earning the right to qualify for the Horizon.
Skyline is the Japanese Mustang, in my opinion. It's funny because like because of course I got Mustang in the new Coyote engine. If you go talk to anybody that got GTRs, pretty much the Skylines here, they are the ongoing little thing Skyline folks and Mustang folks talk about, right? GTR folks and Mustang folks talk about is they complain like, hey, everybody got your engine ain't nothing but like a beefed up so basically how we built Nissan and Ford built the engine was kind of shared the technology on the engine. And Washcott just put two extra cylinders in the GTR's engine to make it a V8. That's why, it's slightly bigger than 5.0. That's why you got to put like 10, 11 quarts of oil instead of like 8.
Invitational, which will be our pathway into the Horizon Festival proper in the final game, although the Invitational itself was not part of this preview build. As previously discussed, Forza Horizon 6 is returning to the tiered wristband structure of the original Forza Horizon. I like the presence of race marshals and other festival infrastructure at the staging area for races. Cool. There's a level of credibility this sort of thing injects into the atmosphere, which helps the festival itself feel like it's a big operation run by actual people, and that there's more to it than just icons, menus, and loading screens. I will say the initial trio of cars has left me a little curious. That said, I'm not completely sure whether or not the selection itself is reflective of exactly what we'll see again in the full version of the game next month, or whether this was some kind of compromise for now that's bespoke to this preview build only.
Oh, another thing too, CB3, this game come out next month, but on PS5 it come out next year. So like they doing that number. And I believe everything transfer. Like if you got PC and then you turn around and get a let's say you want on PlayStation for traveling purposes and anything like that. Yeah, you could have all your cars and everything. It's all connected.
I honestly don't mind that they come carrying modifications already before you even slip behind the wheel. That is, it's probably more authentic that the first Sylvia or Celica you'd slide into after landing in Japan would have had some work done from a previous owner. Actual, unadulterated bone stock survivor cars are arguably far rarer prospects in this context. What has tripped me up, however, is the slightly odd spotlight on the distinctly American GMC Jimmy. As a car dork,
that is a badass. That the GMC Jimmy, because that was of course that was a Wrangler and competitor, Bronco competitor, but GMC Jimmy. If you can find one intact, man, that's a badass car for real.
That's a bit too random for me, especially when Japan is already home to some of the most iconic off-roaders ever made. There were differences in the cars featured in the footage from Playground you saw during our March IGN First, compared to some of the cars I saw in these situations while visiting the actual studio itself in February. So it is perhaps possible that it's still a placeholder at this point. For now, it's just a little weird that this isn't, say, a Nissan Safari or a Toyota FJ40.
FJ40 badass too.
For someone who spent hundreds of hours in each Forza Horizon dating back to the
I'm one of those dudes that spent hundreds of hours, so man, I feel you on that.
Series' 2012 debut, the events themselves feel quite typical of Forza Horizon's robust and reliable brand of racing. The racing is good, which is what I expected, although I'll concede I didn't feel compelled to replay them during my limited time with this build. What truly hooked me was cruising the world. I just can't get enough of it.
Man, that shit gonna be beautiful on my PC.
Forza Horizon 6's map is a showstopper. My glimpse of it during our February visit to Playground Games gave me a hint of the scope and contrast the studio's vision of Japan was going to offer, but in retrospect, the corridor of the map I was ultimately privy to at that time barely scratched the surface. I've always been an absolute sucker for that authentic feeling of digital tourism that a truly high-quality open.
Another game that is like digital tourism, the Division games. Like that shit's crazy how good it look. I'm impressed.
World is able to provide, and Forza Horizon 6 is absolutely oozing with it. My initial reluctance to comb through the map too thoroughly before the full game arrives next month was rapidly overridden by just how successfully the world of Forza Horizon 6 immersed me into its Japanese driving fantasy. I found myself constantly compelled to explore and discover, with every new road bringing with it something eye-catching and interesting. I've loved visiting the local race circuits dotted all over the map. Only one was an active time attack location in the preview build, but all of them could be explored and driven on, including an unsealed dirt circuit and a dedicated drift track.
They have a dedicated drift track. You in Japan.
Despite my general reluctance these days to get too drawn into any competitive back and forth in games I typically play to relax, I guess I did get an appropriate enough kick out of finding a way onto the leaderboard at the time. However, more broadly, I just liked being at them. I love their rural grassroots motorsport feel, and I can't wait to spend so much more time at them with my friends and my sons. They just have so much charm and character in their worn curbs, cluttered pit areas, and piles of hastily painted.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Far and away the most beautiful Horizon game to date. Driving up to the Japan Alps, the gradual blend of increasing amounts of snow on the ground is gorgeous, and I love the vivid contrast between the lush green grass and the beaming white snow shining in the sunlight.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Like the last one that came out that was in Mexico, man. I haven't seen an ugly, like, I got from 3 to 5. I didn't get to play 1 and 2.
Ascending along stretches of mountain road, portions of which have been completely carpeted in blossom petals, was consistently stunning. Discovering shrines tucked away up quiet forest roads, or exploring skinny tracks that aren't even marked as one of the game's 662 discoverable roads has been fascinating. I've loved looking for complex drift lines at the huge docks, snaking around the massive stacks of containers and machines.
I wonder they're gonna have Tokyo Drift, like a Tokyo Drift level type shit. Cause like one time I think in Jurassic Park and Forza 5, they had a Jurassic Park thing, and I think on 4 they had Mod Squad, like in James Bond, because it was in London. And 3, I think they had like Bullet or some shit.
Scenery, and then doing it again. And again. And again.
Nice.
I've spent a potentially inordinate amount of time scouring for car parks, and the verdict is they're everywhere. Car parks at the racetracks and tucked away on side streets. Tiny little parking lots hidden beneath overpasses, and a massive multi-story monstrosity down at the docks, complete with curved ramps for fulfilling all your Tokyo Drift fantasies.
Yeah, they had like a Fast and Furious event too, because they had you could get all the Fast and Furious cars and stuff. So it might be a chance.
Right now, I was only ever discovering these solo, but I can't wait until all of these become personal places to meet up with friends for impromptu car meets or set-off points for convoys.
Oh, that'd be another thing. Like, we used to do car meets, like with old schools at little gas stations there. Like, they'll do car meet, support a car meet type shit. Like a couple of my car buddies, they played this. That's the few games they played. That and like Call of Duty and shit.
Combined with the seemingly equally high prevalence of petrol stations, I think people who will be really looking to immerse themselves into Forza Horizon 6 in a proper role-playing capacity are going to be particularly excited. Perhaps above all, I've loved hooning around Tokyo City itself. The density and verticality of this space is unlike any other city Playground has made. And I can see myself playing entire sessions of Forza Horizon 6 without leaving the limits of the city itself. And that is absolutely not something you could say about any previous Horizon game. It is colorful, it is detailed, and it is so varied, from the engineering spectacle of multi-level bridges and overpasses upon overpasses to the tight and quaint alleyways webbed across the downtown district.
You found a mascot.
And yes, I've loved getting goofy. While I thought perhaps the Shinkansen might operate in its own little...
Man, I'm in awe of like the detail. Like Playground Games, man, they legit. Microsoft better not ever lose them, man. They'll be hurt.
Sealed off instance, I can report it definitely does not. So if you too want to get hit by a bullet train, you have just over a month to wait.
Oh, shit.
For more on Forza...
Yeah, that's it. I'm excited about that. All right. And I got a couple. I don't got too much left. So everybody know, like, another thing happened since the last time we did Nerdish. And I didn't even do this last night. Shout out to PsyOp Anime. So the whole airplane crash and the airmen that was the pilots that were stranded and stuff. We got them both. Spoiler alert, we got them both. But let's anime PsyOp Anime tell us how it went down. Oh shit! Hold on. They said we use them. Oh. Okay, I haven't heard us using any type of weaponry like that, like we did in Maduro and whatever. But PsyOp Anime, hey, they might know something I don't know. So, and it's another quick hit. I'm at the end after this. Let me see if I got anything else before I say that. Oh, I got one more thing. So, the whole Pooh Shiesty thing happened last week, man. And he went to court today. This is what went down.
What we didn't hear today is there is no contract, this mystery contract. They have no contract. They have no video of this alleged signing of a contract. They have no guns. They have no jewelry. They have none of that physical evidence. What they have is they have allegedly 5 individuals, one of them being a very well-known individual that is allegedly cooperating with the government and making these allegations against my client and many more. I'm going to take like 1 or 2 questions and then we're going to scoop.
You're essentially arguing they've got on the he said kind of things, no evidence.
Correct. Yeah, it's very fair. I think that this is a he said type of a case. I mean, obviously, there's 5 individuals on one side. What we're missing are the other people that were present in the room, right? the owner of the studio, who says he didn't hear anything or see anything. The way they leave the studio, where no one is in concert with anybody else, no one's arguing with anyone else. One of the individuals says, "Hey, can I get my watches back?"
All right. So that's his lawyer talking. So after Pooh Shiesty done our bun and that's by having no hard evidence. So man, look, man, no hard evidence. That's come on, man. I don't even want to use that terminology, man. Like, you got denied bond for a reason. Like, this is, I'll tell you right now, Texas, you doing a crime and you got you on fair parole and you even threaten somebody, you probably not gonna get bail, man. You probably not gonna get bond. So man, I don't know, man. Oh shit. So man, hey, this gonna be this one of them wait and see moments, man. But it's sad he got himself in that position. You know what I mean? All right. So Jason Whitlock is roasting whiteface on somebody. Let's read.
Stephen A. It's Matt Barnes.
Stephen A. I fuck with you. I look up to you. But with you being on this bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I'm a migger. Yeah, I'm a wigger. I'm a migger. You know, yeah, Stephen A. You know, those of us that are retarded, like me and you, we both retarded. And we both are Negro wranglers. It's our job. Keep these Negroes in line. Stephen A. Now, I know when I was in high school and growing up, all my friends were white. I know I'm not black, but it's our job to keep these Negroes wrangled. And that fat piece of doo-doo, Jason Whitlock, we both agreed we got to keep this Negro in line. And so, Stephen A., I'm telling you, I'm going to go into character and pretend that I'm black. You go into character and pretend that your IQ is over 60, and we can stop this fat piece of doo-doo, Jason Whitlock, because it's our job to keep Negroes dumb and stupid.
When did your album come out?
June 37th, be ready.
I'm doing my part. I'm on here smoking weed. That's what me and Steven Jackson do. We smoke weed. We high all the time. So niggas know they need to be high all the time. I'm high all the time. That's being black. Jason Whitlock, he don't want to be black. Me and you, Stephen A. We good niggas.
Toby be good nigga for Massa. Good nigga.
We do what Massa tell us to do. Massas tell us to keep it real.
I like the fact that he got blunt in his hand.
You go too far pretending like you ain't retarded like me and Steven Jackson. You don't smoke blunts on camera. Sometimes you act like you and Jason Whitlock on the same team. Cut that out. You know, Kwame Brown called me Becky with the good hair.
Really, Becky with the good hair?
Yeah, I got good hair. He's jealous. Cause I ain't like the rest of you nappy-headed niggas. I'm Matt Barnes. I'm Mexican. I'm white. I'm who the hell knows what I am. I don't know what I am. But I know these checks is good for kissing Kamala and Michelle Obama and Barack Obama's ass. So I'm gonna keep on kissing their rear end. That's it from all the woke. We got to be woke together, or you going down, Stephen A. You going down.
I'm tripping that he had. Oh man, I don't think I had that in the bingo cards today. I ain't gonna lie. What's called trolling somebody? Whitlock trolling somebody. Yeah, it's a little wild. And I'm gonna leave off on this. And this might be a filter. I don't stipulate that, but tan lines matter, sisters. Like, yo, this hair, nobody even looked at her face. That might be a filter. You know what I mean? I bet you that's a filter. But still, y'all got tan lines, you're gonna get a look, man. That's just the way it is. I'm just helping y'all out. But that's all I got. it was a um, oh, speaking of war thing, yeah, I need it's one more thing. I'm gonna say this and be done with it. Let me go on pick off this practice, whatever. Hold up.
WG2SL deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent. Deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2.
Anyway, that's weird. I want to talk about the war commentary been going on. I've been sitting on X, like, I mean, just in general. I ain't even saying X on everywhere. It's just this is an open statement. War, it's hard to get clear information. It's hard to decipher if somebody's bluffing or it's real. It's a real situation or whatever, right? I would highly suggest, like, if anybody tell you definitively that they know what's going on in Iran and the whole nine, just they are sure of themselves out of that. Chances are they trying to play you. They're trying to play in your face, trying to get you to believe something they believe in, instead of just telling you information. I'm talking about as a content creator. You know, I hope a lot of people use discernment. You know, ask why does that make why do that? Why it makes sense one way or the other? Because I think a lot of people are harping on the fact that we have right now, because of this war, we have bad economic positions right now. Because a lot of things are on readjustment mode since the tariffs, and then this, and then like other little things that have been going on, regulations and everything like that. They cautiously they like want to tiptoe their way into the situation. So with that being said, like there is big money to get on here and tell you anything that I feel like you need to hear. It's you know, in one way or the other. And my point in saying that is that I I'm gonna try my best not to do that. What I mean by that, I'm gonna try to tell the truth, like legit, like what makes sense on the ground from my standpoint, right? So like, with that being said, like when it comes to this war, you have and how Trump talks and this and that, you have to understand pacing. You have to understand he's a deal maker by heart. He wrote a book about how to make the deal and everything. He play on those terms. That's why right now he's probably the perfect president to deal with a lot of these issues because he's dealing with it like a business or sort of play or whatever. So with that being said, like you, everybody gotta be real careful on people that's either always negative or always positive of what the president does in general. Like, because one or the other, they got some type of ulterior motive into making that narrative stick. Just gotta watch out for that. Some people probably got hurt because they took away free trade, and now people got to work harder for that sale or whatever, work harder for whatever stat they was getting, right? So they might have an incentive to dog the president because now they golden goose is gone. I mean, we don't know. Like, be very careful. And the thing is, like, I'm be one if people in my family trying to tell me not to root for this country just because the president is nah, man. I mean, even the president, I didn't really too much care for. I didn't too much care for Biden. I remember what Biden said back in the gap about what he said about black folks back in the gap. What he did, he was to me, he's the last Dixiecrat. So I mean, yeah, I respect the hustle. Don't get me wrong, and perhaps if I would have known him when he was he had a good brain on him. Pause. If he still was oh man, words are escaping me right now. If he could make full sentences and know where to go and everything, he was on that type of time. Yeah, we probably could have been cool without being the politics thing. Like I could be cool with anybody, so that's not really saying too much. But in general, like I ain't too much care for him because of what he said about like black folks, school bus and whole nine. He said a lot of crazy stuff. And with that being said, a lot of people say a lot of crazy stuff, so you could point out a lot of that. That's not my point. Like my overall point is like you got to be real careful because like there's people got incentives to lie to you. They got incentives to use hyperbole, mislead you, lead you astray. The whole nine. They got it's big money in that. Like shout out to Elon on this part. On this app, you could check where is like you see a super racist comment or some craziness, you could go check and say, all right, where they come from. And a lot of times until they figure out how to change it, they come from the Middle East somewhere. They'd be over there like from everywhere, India, Africa, everywhere. You're talking the most racist, crazy shit to you to wire you up. So just be careful, everybody. That's all I gotta say. And that was that's my time right there. I hope everybody enjoyed this. I know a lot of people else live. I'm not tripping on that. I got my own lane. So till next time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, peace.
What?
All right, appreciate it. Red Velvet, appreciate it. I'm gone.